Unlocking everyday English. Step aside, explained. Hello, wonderful learners. Today, we're diving into a phrase you might hear in movies, on the streets, or in various English conversations: step aside. It's a common phrase, but what does it actually mean and how can you use it correctly? Let's explore this together, step by step. When we look at the phrase, step aside, it consists of two words that are simple on their own. Step means to move your foot or feet in walking. Aside means to one side, out of the way. Put them together, and you have a literal meaning: to move one's body to one side. In everyday language, step aside isn't always a literal command for someone to move. It's often used figuratively to mean removing oneself from a situation or a role. This can be temporary or permanent, depending on the context. For example, when a more experienced person might tell a less experienced person to step aside, they're asking them to allow someone else to handle the situation. It can be used in professional contexts, too. A CEO might step aside to let a successor take over the company. Step aside can be heard in various scenarios. 1. In emergencies, please step aside, we need to get through. Here it's a literal request for room. 2. At work, I've decided to step aside and give someone else the opportunity to lead the project. 3. In competitions, after the scandal, the athlete stepped aside to let a teammate compete. 4. In public transportation, step aside to let the passengers off the train first. In all these cases, it can imply deference, humility, or necessity. The phrase can be seen as polite or impolite, depending on tone, context, and delivery. If said abruptly, it can be a sharp command. If said gently, it's a polite request. Understanding the nuances of tone can help you interpret and use the phrase correctly. Now, let's practice. Imagine you're in a busy corridor and someone is blocking your way. How would you use step aside? Or picture yourself leading a project, but you think a colleague could do better. How would you communicate that you're stepping aside? And that's a wrap on step aside. Whether you're stepping aside physically or figuratively, you're now ready to use this phrase in your English conversations. I hope this video has been informative and helps you navigate both the literal and figurative pathways of English. Keep practicing, and see you in the next video.